Okay, so having a look then at making a helmet livery, just a very basic one. I'm going to do a basic DGT helmet. Okay, so there's initially three base helmets, and then there's a couple of extras. Now, personally, this one, for example, has got patterning on it already. I don't want that. I personally want a plain one. So we could go with the carbon or the metallic, but I'm going to go with the metallic, I reckon. Okay, so there's a couple of things to know about when doing decals or doing a design on the helmet. Obviously, the helmet is curved, it's shaped. So one of the main tools you're going to want to use is, for example, if I click on add layer, you've got align with surface, align with camera, or spherical. Right? If I do align with surface on the front, and then pick one of my decals, let's go with that one, and move it up. Right, so that one is kind of straight, but if I move it around, it's going to curve. So if I go lower, it's going to be more like a smile shape, which might be exactly what you're after. But if it's not, then what you want to do is do a line with camera. And then that way, it's always straight, okay? Now, that might not be what you're after, but if it is, then that's what you want to use. Let's have a quick look at what spherical does. Okay, so that's got a bit of curvature to it. A lot more curvature than Align with Surface had. So basically this one, on the spherical, it's set as if there was, like, if you imagine the Demon R being continuously written all the way around the helmet, it would complete a circle and come back to itself. So I don't know if it'll work if I do this. Yeah, okay, so you see how all I've done there is press right on the left mushroom, and instead of it going in a straight line, it's curved around the spherical side of the helmet. So that's how you can get things to link up quite nicely. Okay, let's get rid of those. Now, this is a sparkly helmet. I don't want that, but that's fine. I'm going to get rid of the logo off the top. Right. You can also, if you want, change the decal texture, but we'll see about that. The flag, we'll get rid of that. I don't know why it's got Brazilian flag on there. Okay, so even though this is sparkly, what I would actually do, it doesn't really matter which helmet I would do it on. I'm going to apply a coating over the whole thing, a decal over the whole lot. So I'll go with a line with surface so that I can get the top. Right, and then I'm going to now the reason I've gone to a line with top is because this will put it on the top, and then I can just go massive with it. Allow the angle limit. It looks a bit nasty with that curvature on it. It looks like he's got eyes in the back of his head. Okay, so I'll change the colour. So let's go red. Okay, so I'm looking then at doing a basic design. Now I'm going to want a ring around the helmet. Sounds a bit dodgy. Okay, so I want thicker and wider. Okay, now I wonder how far it's going to let me. Now it may let me take this all the way round, but it may not line up properly at the back. No, it does absolutely bang on. I'm going to want it a little bit thicker. Okay. And then I'm also going to duplicate it and do a white one, and just give it a little white border. Okay, now what I'm also going to do is, okay, spherical doesn't give you a top, by the way, it only gives you around the side. Why is that not continued all the way around the back when it had done? I must have adjusted it. Right, okay, so if you want to do the top, you would have to do either a line with surface or a line with camera. Now, depending on what you want to put on the top, depends really on which one you want to use. I hadn't really planned a design for the helmet, so I'm just kind of winging it here. Now, I could go whacking a British flag, a Union Jack on it, but then some people may not want that. Okay. Now, one of the things that we might be tempted to put on it is the DGT logo on the top, but I find with the DGT logo, if you put it too big on a helmet, it kind of looks a bit naff. It doesn't quite look right. It's better in smaller detail. Okay, just look and see what shapes we've got here. Let's go with that. Okay. So we can put that there, and let's see, I'm sure we can add something else on there as well. On the top, what should we go with? Could go with the Joker. I know, we'll use one of the DGT type decals. It's not particularly fancy. This, like I said, it is going to be a very basic design. Okay, so on the front, on the black line, that's white. Right, so we can go with the dynamic GT lead. Should we have a bit of orgasmazing? Or impact protection zone, that'll do. Right, okay, so now on this left side, when it comes to adding shapes to the helmet, you can try adding your own shapes if you want. Obviously, it takes more and more to do it. I did find it was a lot easier to, for example, find shapes like this that have got multiple things on, or like this, or like that, or like this, because then it adds a lot of pattern very easily for you. But if what you want isn't really there, then it ain't going to work for you. Okay, let's flip you horizontally. It might actually look better the other way around. We'll see. So we can add a full pattern on it. Let's go, we'll stretch it a little wider and a little narrower. Then what we'll also do, make sure we're not, okay, so we've overlapped quite a lot on the back, so I want to take that back a bit. Should we give it a tilt? Let's give it a tilt, but not that much. Or, no, that'll do. Okay, so now we've got a bit of an angle there. We could spend ages trying to sort that out, but I'll show you a trick that I tend to use. Okay, so we've duplicated it on the opposite side now. It's left us a bit of a gap at the front, and it's left us a bit of a gap at the back. Now you could leave the one on the back, but this is where, for my own helmets, this is where I would use one of the down names, because then it can cover up the back, and you can then add some kind of border behind it. Wrong one. I want spherical. So we'll find a DGT one, or even let's go break the stigma. Okay, so we can put that on there, and we can put the wording of break the stigma. But then what we can also do is take something like that, oh, need to move it up, it needs to be above the design there. So now we've got break the stigma with a bit of blurred around the edges. We could narrow it if we wanted, so it kind of hides the gap in the pattern, but we're going to want the black and white to be above it. Wrong button, numbnuts. Right. Move layer. So we're moving this so that on the back, the white blur goes underneath. Also, I should have moved the. I should have moved it a different way around, because now I'm gonna have to move a few things. Actually, that one should be fine. Okay, so we've got break the stigma on the back. We've still got the gap at the front. There's one way we could sort that out. We'll do it slightly differently. So make that black and then lower that one down. I'll tell you what I'm then going to do. I know this is meant to be a basic one, but I mean, this is a basic one, but just want to get a bit of curvature in here, because I want to bring some of the red back. There we go. So now we've got that actually blocked off, but what we can now do is put the DGT logo on the front. We'll do a We Races 1, make that white. Oh, I wonder. Right, I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to make it white. Then I'm going to lower it a layer, and then I'm just going to pull it down a little bit, just to give us a little bit of a white accent, which now gives us a little bit of style in it. Let's fucking disappear. Right. Right, there we go. Okay, so the little DGT logo does tend to look better. I might actually move it down a little bit. That'll be alright there. So all I would say we really need now is something on the side. So let's have a look for something random in us collection. Actually, okay, so let's add the Wacky Wally Racers. So should I put a bit of angle on it? Does it look right? Not really. That'll do. So very basic design there for us. So anyone that needs a helmet that can't be bothered to make one, or hasn't got the time, or doesn't want to ask, feel free to use this one. And remember, break the stigma. Right, okay, so I'll also show now if you were going to, if you've made your own helmet and you need to share it with me, you can do it this way. Save, you don't have to name it unless you want to. Save it. And eventually, once it's finished saving, apply now. Yes, otherwise it won't show up in any of the libraries. Okay, so now that that is shared, it should come up with the option, sorry, saved, it should come up with the option to share it. So click on share. Now, you don't necessarily have to fill these in, these top three, I'm going to. Okay, helmet. Actually, no, I'll type put rally. Okay, so livery settings AY. Livery settings genre unique. Title, so you do need to put a title in. So I'll put DGT. What the hell is a Wachile? So Wake, Wale. Oasis. Standard. I'm gonna run out of letters here, I bet. You bugger. Okay, so we'll do standard. Helibit. Okay, and then in here again, you need to put something in here. You can put whatever you like. I tend to put check out Dynamic GT League on YouTube. Okay, hit OK. That'll share it. Once it's shared, you can let me know, and then I can use it. Alright, done. Have a good one. See you in a bit.